Hello, Phil here from Wings of Pegasus, and welcome to another analysis video. On the agenda tonight we have Rush, and I've done a video on Rush before, but this is a video that I've been waiting to get to. It's been in my list that I've got of suggested videos, and I've been waiting to get to this one because it's a certain performance in Rio that I'm sure a lot of you have seen, especially you Rush fans. Couldn't have avoided this one, but maybe some people haven't seen it, and I'll take you through it. But let's have a little look at Rush playing live in Rio. So over in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. So let's have a little look at how they get on. I'm just going to stop the video there because what I love about Rush, and especially this, is that they'll start with something that's really progressive, and you can't really tap your foot to it, but technically it's really impressive musically. But straight afterwards they'll always play something melodic and something that you can tap your foot to. So they kind of just show that they can do both. They can be just really great musicians and really technically great, and then they can just be great kind of melody writers as well. And what I love about this video is, a riff's good when the whole crowd is singing along with a riff. So you'll find that in this video that the crowd are actually singing along to an instrumental, which is one of those really rare things, to have a crowd singing an instrumental. I think maybe the Brazilian crowd are a little bit more excitable maybe than other places in the world, but I really love this because usually you only sing along to a song with lyrics and a singer, but this is really great. And just look at how Rush are getting the crowd involved, even though they're not running about the stage. It's just the music and the playing and the energy is just being transferred straight out to the crowd. And if you are going to watch this whole video kind of to the end, I mean, it's only kind of 4.5 minutes, but make sure that when you're listening to Alex play his kind of lead line on guitar, because it's such a great melody, you're kind of sucked in to listening just to the guitar. But try and come away from that and listen to Geddy on bass, because he's doing some insane stuff on the bass, some really kind of great lines. So just kind of watch that as well. But I've said before in my last video that I did on Rush that these three guys are so technically good that you can listen to each person individually and just be massively impressed. Obviously, when they all then come together, it's an even kind of more mind-blowing, it's almost like a magical thing that happens, just three amazing musicians that then just team up and produce something like this. But let's watch a little bit more. And then Geddy just goes over to the keyboards and just starts playing some nice synth as well. Yeah, I mean, these guys are kind of top of the talent tree, really. And it just goes to show that if you're that good, you don't need to be running around or sliding on your knees or kind of doing anything ridiculous or amazingly entertaining in terms of just, you know, running all over the place. If you're this good, you can just play, and that's enough to get people jumping up and down. And that's the great thing about Rush. And as I said, you know, 3 really talented individuals, you know, coming together just to make something that's really, really impressive. And also, just before I finish, a big shout out to Neil Peart doing some amazing drum work in that. And I love his kit. He's like surrounded by drums. But yeah, Neil, another amazing player. And the other thing is about Alex playing lead guitar, Alex Lifeson. That yeah, a lot of people say that he's underrated, and you just have to watch this video to see that he is underrated, because some of his melodies that he comes up with are really spot on, and you just get sucked into listening to him, where there's so much other great stuff going on that sometimes you have to listen to a track kind of 2 or 3 or 4 times or 5 or 6 times just to take in everything that happened in that 3 or 4 minutes. Thanks for the suggestion to watch this video, and keep those suggestions coming in the comments below. I put a link to this video in the description as well if you want to watch it. I highly recommend it, just watching it lots and lots of times. But I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys at the next one.